PCW Arizona. He is the Slam U champion. I, of course, am speaking of Enrique Calderon. Are you with me, sir?
I'm right here. What's up, Chico?
It's a pleasure to have you on, man. There's a lot of guys in PCW that have a great deal of upside, and I don't think any have quite as much upside as yourself. I'm glad you took the time to do this with me here today, and maybe introduce yourself to some people as well. So let's talk a little bit about your history. You have a unique history when it comes to your getting involved in pro wrestling. Let's start with the easy stuff. The same question everybody gets asked, I'll ask you. It's probably the easiest question you'll get in this whole interview. Were you a fan of wrestling growing up?
Oh, of course I was. I can remember watching wrestling going back to when I was 6 years old, watching guys like Rey Mysterio, John Cena, Eddie Guerrero. Those were all my guys right there.
That's awesome. And I heard that it was through peer pressure that you kind of let it go. A lot of people do over the years, but you kind of stepped out of the wrestling realm. What brought you back and reintroduced you back to pro wrestling?
Gosh, well, honestly, once I got into high school, I was really just kind of peer pressured into kind of going with what's popular nowadays and just trying to fit in with whatever group I could. As soon as I graduated out of high school, I kind of stick with the same group of people that I always hung out with in high school. Mm-hmm. And that kind of led me towards a bad path that I didn't really like. Towards drugs and bad usage that nobody should ever do. But as soon as I got addicted into my drug addiction, I ended up ODing, and I ended up going to rehab for that. So once I actually got into rehab, that's when I got a chance to get it back into wrestling, because over there in the play center that they had, all they really had was these board games that we could play and to watch one TV series that was going on, and that was Friday Night SmackDown. Mm-hmm. So just watching that again at rehab, it just kind of brought me back to those old times when I was a kid and just enjoying life, not worrying about a thing. And I thought to myself, well, if I had something I had to do once I got out of rehab, might as well try something that I always loved growing up as a kid.
Very cool. And, of course, that led you to train in Arizona, Phoenix Championship Wrestling's training facility. How did you end up contacting those guys, and was the experience what you thought it would be when you first stepped into that training facility?
Gosh, well, honestly, there wasn't really much training centers out here in Arizona. Mm-hmm. Training AZ was actually one of the first schools that popped up when I started looking up schools here in Arizona. They had a great video attached to it that had a lot of recommendations, so I thought to myself, this is probably the school for me. Only about 10 minutes from my place. So as soon as I got a chance to interview with Don Vitale and John Wolfgang, I knew these guys had the best interest in me. So definitely once I got there, I knew I had a lot of work ahead of myself, seeing the guys that were already there who were such in great shape and were great role models for me as a kid. I was just 19 years old when I got there. So it was a lot of maturity that I had for myself to do.
Very cool. And Dom Vitale speaks glowingly of you off air. I don't want to make you blush or anything, but he's always with me told me about your work ethic. Where do you think that work ethic came from?
Honestly, it comes from my family, my mom and dad. They are the hardest working people I have ever met, especially my dad, having two jobs almost all my life, making sure that I had everything that I ever wanted growing up. He is also an adopted child, so being an adopted child and not knowing where you fit in exactly, he always just stuck to his roots and making sure that he could provide for his family as much as I could. So knowing that he's that way, I always told myself I got to be the same way.
Beautiful, beautiful. So let's talk about your first match in PCW. Apparently there's a story that goes along with how that came about. How did that come about? You're finally making your in-ring debut with PCW.
Shoot, making my in-ring debut was crazy. So as a matter of fact, before I was a wrestler, while I was still training, I was a referee. So while I was refereeing, it gave me a great chance to learn about ring psychology and ring awareness. Just getting to see how to exactly do what we do right now, and it was about I'd say my 10th show in refereeing all the PCW events, and we had a guy who was scheduled to wrestle Kevin Koa, our Slam U champion at the time, but he ended up not making it. He had a flat tire on the way over. So being that I was about ready to wrestle and I already had my gear with me to come take promo shots and to get myself ready for the event that would be coming up, that was supposed to be my official debut, Dom came up to me and he said, "You got your gear with you?" And I said, "Of course, yeah." And he goes, "Well, get it on. You're wrestling Kevin tonight." And I had just finished refereeing the first match of the event that was going on that night. Oh. And so the fans had already seen me ref the first match, and now they're about to go see me wrestle Kevin Cole for the Slam U champion in the middle of the ring. So that was so crazy to me.
Very cool. Did you get any of the kids screaming, "Ah, that's the referee"?
I did hear a few people say that. I was so in the moment, I just tried to ignore it and just stay focused on the task in hand. But I was super nervous. But honestly, I can probably say I'm more thankful for the fact that it was out of nowhere, because I knew if I went into that day knowing that I was going to wrestle Kevin for the Slam U champion, I don't think I would have been able to do it.
There you go. So Dom Vitale joined me a couple months ago for an interview. Previously, I also had John Wolfgang as well as Gabriel Gallo on. I know these guys are guys you see quite often in there, but talking to them, I'm 44. I've been around a little while watching wrestling and being a fan and interviewing guys. Their logistics and philosophy on wrestling is about as close as humanly possible to mine. Let's talk about the training experience. And I know they can be strict, but what have you learned, and how has the experience been learning under those three guys in particular?
Gosh, learning under those three guys are the most amazing experience that I could ever have in this life. As far as like work ethic goes and being a better person, the thing that I love more than anything is that they get you to be a better person in life and not just be a great wrestler. So not just being there to just for pro wrestling, but also just making sure that you're going into life knowing how to be a better man and how to respect others and be trustworthy. So just having those aspects in life that's going to help you in the ring, but just help you in your career in general.
Very cool. And that's one of my favorite parts about PCW is that before the show, a lot of the guys, they're out there, they're signing autographs, they're meeting fans, especially kids. It's really cool, and it's a whole family environment. And I'll tell you the truth. The other day when I went to the show in Skyline, I went up to some guys I went to introduce myself, and they knew who I was. And it's like, that's amazing to me. I don't know that they should remember me. They meet a million people, but that's very cool. You guys do have a very family-like environment. I think that comes through to the fans that are attending.
Yeah, I gotta say, I love the PCW fans. They're like my family too. Anytime that I try to go to the gym and I'm having struggles at training, I always think about them, because at the end of the day, they're the reason why I do this. I always told myself something that motivates me every day to get into that ring is not just making a living for myself, but motivating the next generation to try to be the next Enrique Calderon.
Beautiful. So before we did this interview, I went back and I watched some of your matches. The one that I watched most recently was the match where you won the PCW World Championship, defeating Joey Hendricks. You can see the emotion as you get the win. It obviously meant a lot to you. What did winning that Slam U championship mean to you?
Winning the Slam U champion meant everything to me. Knowing that I was one step closer in the right direction towards getting the PCW heavyweight champion, and knowing the fact that the Slam U champion was actually the title that I had my eyes on ever since I got to the school. Because when I got there, that's when they debuted the Slam U champion, and I was still refereeing at the time. But I told myself, ever since, one day that title will be mine. But knowing that I had to work hard to get there, and knowing that I had a lot of hungry people right behind me that wanted that title just as bad as I did. So everybody at that school always pushed me to be better every single day, and that's why I'm able to be successful and hold that championship.
Very cool. There's a lot of different ways to go from the independent circuit to the major circuit, to get signed, if you will. WWE has their ID program out there. AEW offers opportunities to a lot of young talent when they come to town. Do you have your eyes set on things beyond PCW right now, or is PCW your main focus for the time being?
Oh, of course. I'm always keep thinking about the future, but at the same time, I try to stay in the moment. I try to control what I can control, and as far as I know, that's how good I look in the ring and the successful matches that I have in the ring. Just controlling what I can control is all I can worry about right now, and knowing that in the future I do want to try to go to Japan maybe, or maybe I want to try to go to TNA or AEW or WWE. I know those are all going to be options that are always going to be there, and just knowing that if I keep doing what I'm doing and staying in the moment and being present, then time will come.
All right, you're being patient. I like that. November 15th, you will be defending that Slam U championship in a three-way match against Graves, as well as, he might get a kick out of hearing me say this, the Whirlwind Gentleman himself, Remy Marcel. As you defend that title, what is your thoughts heading into the three-way match at the Eagles?
Yes. Honestly, I am super excited for that match. I always tell myself that I want to be the best PCW has to offer. And the only way to prove to be the best, you got to beat the best. So stepping into the ring with two of PCW's finest and most, I would have to say most experienced, probably, Remy and Joe Graves. If I can get the 1, 2, 3 on them, not only will I retain my title, but I feel like it comes with a little bit of vengeance on my side.
Very cool. And they're two different styles. Like, Graves is a very intense guy. He stomps around the ring saying war. I mean, he definitely gets the crowd going. It's got to be a different mindset going in the ring with somebody like that.
Yes, definitely. And not only that, having to deal with such a little scumbag like Remy Marcel. So I'm just having to keep my eyes out everywhere. But honestly, I'm keeping myself ready. I'm keeping myself in shape. So I'm making sure I stay ready for anything that comes my way during that match.
Very cool. I'm glad to see Remy as part of PCW as well. I was a fan of his when he was on Paragon Wrestling, which was on Pop TV back in like 2015 and 16 as a tag team called the Whirlwind Gentlemen. So for those who don't know what I was talking about, it was no inside dig. That's just happened to be what he used to go by, was the Whirlwind Gentleman. So there you go.
Nice.
All right. So final thing before we let you go, any thoughts on your, let's put it on like, how can I put this? Class, for example, gave me a 18-month plan of what he hopes to accomplish in his career. Do you have any timeline on that, or is it basically what you said earlier, that you're taking it as it comes?
Yes and no. So, yes, I'm staying patient and taking it as it goes, but I also set goals for myself. So knowing that I am the Slam U champion, I just want to continue to try to be the best Slam U champion I can be and try to elevate that title as much as I can to make it just as good as the PCW champion. And not only that, and try to get myself even more experience to wrestle even better guys, and not only just Joe Graves and Remy Marcel. Like I said, I want to wrestle the best wrestlers that are out there. I want to be able to travel and wrestle some of the great talents that it's not just Arizona has to offer, maybe someone out in the Southwest, East Coast, wherever it may be. So that, as far as an 18-month plans go, I feel like what I'm doing here at PCW is going to elevate me towards the very top, and I just got to continue to keep my eyes set on that.
All right, I'll change it to one final last question. I could easily see you being in Arizona with the Latin American fan base that we have here, easily becoming one of the top baby faces in PCW. A lot of guys prefer to be heels, though. Do you want to be a babyface, or would you prefer to be a heel?
I always say I'm a man of the people. So I love supporting all not just my fellow Latinos, but everybody in the PCW fan base that comes to our shows. So I definitely get a sense of energy when I come out there and I hear the roar of the crowd. So I definitely love representing all of our PCW fans.
I love it, man. Well, I wish you nothing but the best of luck. I will be there on Saturday at the Eagles, and I'll be cheering you on. And if I see you, I'll definitely shake your hand and say, I'm the guy who interviewed you. But I want to thank you for taking the time to do this, man.
A few pictures, too.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I certainly will. All right, man. I'll let you know when I get this online. I'll send you a text with the link. I'll transcribe it and send it out and post it on some wrestling sites as well.
This is Interactive Wrestling Radio.
Interactive Wrestling Radio. Interactive Wrestling Radio. Interactive Wrestling Radio. Interactive Wrestling Radio. Interactive Wrestling Radio. Interactive Wrestling Radio. Oh, Rush.
Featuring the interactive interview.
Interactive interview. Interactive interview. Interactive interview. Interactive interview. Interactive interview. Interactive interview. Oh, yeah.
Formerly The Blaze.
The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze. The Blaze rock.
You a maniac, so what you gonna do when the Blaze of Mania runs wild on you?
On WrestlingEpicenter.com.
Wrestling Epicenter.
Wrestling
Epicenter. Wrestling
Epicenter.
Wrestling Epicenter.
Wrestling Epicenter. The Wrestling Epicenter. Don't get off.
And now we shamelessly name drop from our history.
The Wrestling Epicenter would like to apologize for the following.
All right, everybody. Viva la raza. Viva la raza.
Hey, y'all.
Hello, ladies.
Hey, guys. We had a lovely conversation. First lady. Absolutely. Oh, look at me. She's so kooky.
Be there. Where else?
Interactive Wrestling Radio. Wrestling
Epicenter.
Oh, my God. You win. Love being interactive.
Whoa. I just got some listen. I was going to shoot him. Yeah, I almost pissed my pants. Breaking neck. I got 2 words for you. I've heard a lot about you guys. We're here. We'll go. Excuse my language. You're going to go to the shop. See him now. We're into the many.
No nerves.
That was great. It's going to be cool. Woo. What it's all about. The purest point of view. The living legend. Arrogant.
You just make me.
Instead of statement, I'm talking to you.
So lonely without you.
In the land of extreme.
Testify. Nevermore. Interactive interview. I'm not just the best. Interactive interview with a plastic
You
head.
earned the right.
Nobody. You better keep listening. Thank you very much. Controversy creates cash. Professional wrestling.
Made in the USA, baby.
Memphis wrestling. The guy on fire.
I'm not
bad.
We were sexy.
What a show.
One and only.
Interactive Wrestling Radio.
Wrestling
Epicenter.
Interactive interview. We took care of the business. This isn't ballet. We are huge. You're where it's at. You better recognize who's the best. If you're smart, make sure to tune in each and every week. I'll come out of your computer, knock down your door, and turn it on for you. Or else I'm going to kick your stinking teeth in. And that's the bottom line. Have a nice day.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.